All right, what do you say let's build some Lego? Here, we've got Mirabel Madrigal. Usually, if you ever see any of my videos on my channel, you know I love Brickheadz, and I typically do speed builds and have everything to music. Well, I figured I was going to change it up. Brickhead, honestly, it's like a 10-minute build, so I figure, why not just build it outright, show you the whole process, narrate some for you, see if you like it, let me know. Anyway, this is set 4753. This is from Disney's Encanto, and this is Brickhead number 238. So this is one of the most recent releases in the series. As with all Brickheadz, it comes with a tiny little manual that's always bent terribly, but this looks like it's got, what, 6 bags? That's a lot of bags for Brickheadz. So anyway, here we go. Let's do some building. I don't know if you've ever seen Encanto. You probably have if you're clicking on this video. Pretty good film. Didn't do very well, but that was post-pandemic, so what are you going to do? Like I said, there are 6 bags here. Not much in each bag. Like I said, this is probably going to be about a 10-minute build if I had to guess. So let's take a look at bag 1. All right, getting into it. Good colors. This is a very vibrant set. So if you haven't seen Encanto, it is a 2021 Disney film, Disney Animations film. So, you know, same people who brought you Snow White, right? Pretty good film. I think definitely not as good, in my opinion, as the ones that had come out before it, like Moana or Big Hero 6 or Frozen for anybody. But definitely a decent film, critically acclaimed, if you will. I believe it won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars for 2021. I don't think it had much competition that year because, you know, like I said, we were coming out of COVID, but like I said, it was a pretty good film. Takes place in Colombia. If you're interested in watching the film, you might be interested in knowing that all the music is done by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And if you weren't born in a box, you'll know that he is the man behind Hamilton. Amazing box office Broadway hit. So he did all the music for this, and I think this is why the movie ended up having legs, is because you had these really good songs like We Don't Talk About Bruno and Madrigal. That was pretty good. So I don't think it probably would have done as good if it didn't have him doing all of the music. So see that we're making the skirt right now. Pretty straightforward build so far using the snot method, where you've got the bricks that aren't on top. I keep getting stuff on me. If you like Brickheadz, I think this is going to be a set that you're probably going to enjoy. I might be a little bit biased, but I mean, I like most Brickheadz. I think they're pretty fun. They're usually pretty fast, cheap as far as Lego goes. Lego's gotten really expensive in the last few years, but you can still find a set like this, and it will only set you back $10. So not a bad deal in terms of price per piece and just in general for how much Lego costs nowadays. But yeah, this is a cool set so far. I like it. I like how colorful it is. It's kind of nice. You got all the flower patterns. to kind of go with all the flowers at their casa. Maybe Bruno was hiding in the wall as we were doing this. Anybody else think that was a little bit creepy? Like I said, I don't think Encanto is probably my favorite of the films. I had to say favorite Disney film from the modern era. I think you'd start with bag 2. Starting with Tangled, I'd probably say Wreck-It Ralph is my favorite Disney flick in the modern era for animated movies. Wreck-It Ralph, then probably Big Hero 6. Then you probably just have to go with Frozen, but I really do like Moana too. That is a good flick. And honestly, hot take here, I think the music is better in Moana than in Encanto. All right, the quintessential Brickhead piece, these gray 1x4s that have the attachments on the side, to use the stop method of building. You're going to find that in every Brickhead set. Like I say, if you're into Brickheads, you know this already, but if you're thinking about getting Brickheads, well, you can use these great pieces to build any Brickhead you want. What makes these Brickheads unique are the printed pieces, and that admittedly is a pretty cool printed piece. I like that a lot. So, got her necklace, her fun outfit. This is supposed to be some skin tone. Her collars, and now we've got her hands, which this is also in any Brickhead that you're gonna build. This is just how they do hands. There's a certain style, kind of like Funko Pops. There's just a certain style of how it's going to look. And the hands are always going to look like this. The inside interior is always going to have those gray bricks. And the eyes are always going to look the same. That's just how Brickheads work. If you're my brother, not a huge fan. He is not a huge fan of Brickheads. But if you're Brickheads, if you're me or my wife, these are pretty cool. All right. Bag 3, like I said, going quick. Okay, you can definitely see all the gray pieces of the interior, which is really funny with how colorful this set is. Brickhead number 238. I have had the opportunity to build and buy and own almost all 238 Brickheads, believe it or not. Oh, there you go. Get the green. This is also kind of a fun thing. In all the Brickheads, there's usually some sort of green for guts with a separation point, and then the pink for the brain, which is just kind of a fun little feature. If you're into Brickheads, one of the coolest Brickhead sets for the brain is actually Homer Simpson. He's a retired set now. He's hard to get your hands on, but if you're building him, his brain is actually a small little 1x1. It's not a full 2x2 brick like this is. So I think that's really, really funny. Homer Simpson is actually probably one of my favorite Brickheads of all time to build. It's just really clever because you've got the, he's got a stomach that comes out. I can hide some donuts. And like I said, you got the really small brain too. So this, as far as Brickheads is going, is pretty standard fare. Not that it's bad. It's just how Brickheads work. All right, let's build some hair. This is where it gets a little tedious. And you probably can't see it very well on camera. So I'll try and fly through it because it's all black. And we don't talk about blue. No. God, it's going to be in my head the rest of the night now. Gotta admit, it is catchy. Is it as catchy as I've been standing out by the water long as I can remember? Sorry, if you don't know, I really enjoy Disney. I have 2 daughters. That always helps, but I've always enjoyed Disney. Like Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. I grew up in prime Disney animation time in the 90s, and I didn't need an excuse to go see a Disney movie. I thought they were great. People are like, oh, cartoons, grow up. Clearly you can see I did not grow up. Nor do I think you have to. I just think they're enjoyable. They're fun. Do things that real movies can't. I was looking it up. Not only did this movie come out in 2021, I believe there's only been one Disney animated movie that has come out since. I think that's kind of how poor this, because of how poor this performed. Wish came out, which, if you're like most of us in the entire world, you probably never saw Wish. I feel like it went directly to DVD. Wish was pretty good. A little weird. A lot of homage to standard Disney fairy tales, which was kind of fun. But I think that is it since 2021. And I think next year you've got Moana 2 coming out. So not many Disney animated features that come out very often. You see more Pixar, which you really could probably argue that Pixar is better anyway, even though they haven't done as well. If you got a chance to see Inside Out 2, that movie was fabulous. I thought it was wonderful. Of course, again, I have teenage girls, so it really kind of hit home with those emotions. Is that really it? No more of those pieces are getting used? This is the other thing with Brickheadz. You always get lots of extra small pieces. Because we're already on bag 5. And building the side of her head. Who played Bruno? It was John Leguizamo? Which I love him in both John Wick and Moulin Rouge. Definitely a fan. A little creepy that he played Bruno, living in the walls, but you know. A lot of, this probably doesn't show up on camera very well at all. There's a lot of black in this hair. It looks cool in person, but uh-oh, I missed a step. But it probably does not show up very well. I mean, I think they had to make that dress really flowery on her just because the rest of it is not flowery at all. Colombian girl. Oh, poop. I think I screwed up again. No, I didn't screw up. It's just so many of these pieces. Oh, you call these little black arch pieces. All right, one side's done. Let's do the other side. Crank this bad boy out. Let me know, do you prefer music or do you prefer my sultry voice talking through each of these builds? I know. In the comments, I can already see it now. Music, please, dear God, get the music back on. But hey, come on, you know you're learning something. Did you know Encanto came out in 21? Did you know it only grossed like $96 million domestically and it'll cost like $150 million to make? Other fun fact, I read that Tangled, you know, Disney's Rapunzel, Tangled was the most expensive animated movie I think ever made. It was like $250 million. But it also kind of catalyzed Disney moving forward as far as their animated studios. Because I think for a time there, everybody just thought they were buying Pixar because they couldn't make any of their own movies. And Pixar could never miss. And then you had John Lasseter becoming a terrible, terrible person. And suddenly Disney animated features were good. And now it's kind of like they're both synonymous. I don't even know if they necessarily need Pixar, but, you know, since it's Disney, they like their monopolies. All right, last bag, bag 6. Not much to it. Do the back of her head real quick. Like I said, let me know. I would be interested if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I love Encanto. Let me know why. Or, you know what, even better yet, let me know why Big Hero 6 is a superior movie to Encanto. Or how come most Pixar movies kick Disney movies' butts. Don't get me even started on Miyazaki films. I love me a good Miyazaki film. Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. Although The Boy and the Heron, which won Best Picture this year, was arguably very weird. I feel like I'm going to have to watch it again because I got to be honest with you, didn't really understand the ending. Wasn't quite sure of what I was watching. I'm just like, is Miyazaki losing it because he's getting old or what's happening? All right, let's give her glasses. Wow, those are cute. Look at that. One printed piece and a cute pair of glasses. I like that. All right, per the norm, really quick. Oh, and a kind of a different setup. Usually it's a giant 1x4 plate. And they did a 2x2 so you could set her up. Because all Brickheads come with this nice black plate, which is cool. And there you go. Completed Brickhead. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty cool. Mirabel Madrigal. Like I said, there's only one printed piece. It is a really cool printed piece, but I don't know how you could incorporate this into any other like mock build because it's so unique in its coloration. You kind of almost would have to use it for another colorful Brickhead in this similar style. Do like her green glasses. That looks cool. The hair, not the most complicated of the Brickheads that I've ever built, but definitely that's a full head of hair. And just overall, I would call this a run-of-the-mill good Brickhead set. Probably maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Like I say, for $10, can't go wrong. I'm a completionist, so I pretty much have every Brickhead that's not a Comic-Con Brickhead. And so definitely one I needed to add to my collection. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, this is something a little different than I normally do. A little longer. Let me know. Did you like it? I'm going to probably tinker around and try this with a couple more videos just because I've never done it before. And because I enjoy making videos. It's fun. Clearly don't do this to make money. I do it because I enjoy it. So with that, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this build. Maybe it gets you excited about going out and buying this yourself. Maybe you're going to go watch Encanto yourself. Just don't talk about Bruno. But with that, I will catch you on the next one.